Good day, one and all. Kathy here with another episode of the Scrap and Crafty Gardener. And if you can tell by my cutout, I will be making a baby card today. And I'm going to be making a card for a baby girl. This cardstock measures 10 inches by 7 inches. I scored it at the 5-inch line, folded it, and creased it with my bone folder. And then I have a piece of pale green with green leaves and dusty rosy pink cherries. This measures 6 3/4 by 4 3/4, and I've already cut a die cut out of that. And then I have a piece of white cardstock that measures 6 1/4 by 4 1/4. Piece of scrap cardstock. I'm just going to use the other side. And then I have a scalloped circle die. I use GinaK's Master Layouts 8 for this. This is a 3 3/8 inch circle. And then I have a 2 7/8 inch circle. Those are both white. I didn't have the color I wanted to use, so I'll be coloring that. And then I cut the onesie out of that paper. Now the onesie I'm using, this is from one of Hero Art's Nested Infinity onesie dies. And it's a wonderful set I recently got. I'm using the die Baby from Divinity Designs. This is Bless This Baby LCS 70-482. Just the die today, and I'm going to be stamping this welcome, and then I'll be die cutting that out. And then I have this baby set. The only thing I'm using from this is a hanger. I don't even know where this set came from, but I just wanted to use the hanger today. And then I'm going to be using the GinaK Swiss Dots masking folder. Embossing folder, not masking folder. First thing I want to do is I'm going to stamp the word welcome so that it can dry. Okay. Just going to stamp that on there. Doesn't matter if it's straight because I'm going to die cut that out. And I'm just going to use my VersaFine Clear Nocturne. I think one more light inking will do it. All right. Set that aside. Clean this with my towel. And I'll just let that dry for a moment. I'll put this away. Should be a quick and easy card today. Fairly straightforward, I'm hoping. All right. While that is drying, I'm going to take this white, and then I have some washi tape. It's just about 1/4 inch wide, and I'm going to put that right on the edge of my card all the way around. I don't want the white to show, but I don't want this to be overhanging either. This is another way of getting like an additional layer of colored paper. But if you don't have colored paper and you don't have the exact color of alcohol ink marker that you want to color your paper, and you have washi tape the color you want, that's what you do. And that one didn't get that quite straight. I'm going to turn this towards me so I can see a little bit better. All right. Now I'm just going to fold these ends over. And it also gives you like a little bit of a darker edge right on the corners. And that is just a little extra to the look. Now I want to emboss this with the GinaK Swiss Dots embossing folder. And that little piece of washi needs to be tucked down. I'm just going to emboss it with the washi tape right on it, which is why I put that down first, because I want the washi tape to have dots too. Now with the Enegriffin Empress for this embossing folder, I just need an A plate, my metal shim, the folder, and the other A plate. I'll run that through. And while I have my machine turned on, see, and that did very well. It even embossed the washi tape. I'm going to die cut out that word welcome. So get rid of my metal plate and get my magnetic mat back. And yes, these do start to turn different colors and warp a little bit over time. I'm working on 1.5 years with this now. And I just squish, pick up, and die cut. All right. And then I have the little welcome that we'll put on the card when it's all set to go. All right. Now I have this the way I want it, and this is going to go right on here. And this color pink just adds a little bit of a different shade to the pink that's already on that green card. And then this I'm going to put down flat. And I'll use my larger glue bottle for this. Okay, just like that. Now I can start to work on these. And I'm just going to get, oh, I don't need my large mat. Let me get a little, my little waffle flower grip mat here. Just a color. Now this one, I'm going to just take a little bit of a pink in a dusty rose. And I'm just going to get the edge of this. I got more than the edge. So in that case, let's see how this looks. You know, try something. If it works, great. If it doesn't and you make an error, well, change it up. And oh yeah, that will look nice on there. Okay. See how that worked. And then this is going to go on here, but I want to do the edge in green here. And it's all right if I get this green inside the card. And I'm using light spruce. And I really only need to get the scalloped edge. Let's see how I want that to be. That's not looking bad. I want that a little darker, I think. Right. Yeah, that adds just a lot more contrast. So I'm going to use that same dark tone for the word baby here. And it looks like I got some glue or something on this die cut because it's now speckled. Well, in that case, you see how it looks speckled where the ink is not sitting. So I must have had glue on there or something. So I am going to put you on pause. I'm going to get some embossing powder and we're going to cover this with embossing powder. Decided against the embossing powder. I want this green. So I just die cut out another piece. And now I'm just taking out the little pieces parts. And I'm going to color this and then glue it to that. Because I want that same green. There we go. Much better. Okay, key here. color and then glue, or you get speckles if you tend to make a mess with glue. All right. And as you see, this is how this is drying down. So this color does lighten because GinaK's inks do have a smoothing agent in them. So don't need this anymore. Set that aside. And I'm just going to put my glue on top of here. And I'll show you. The speckles did not smooth out because they must have had glue on top of them. So that's just a little lesson that you can take from my class today. It's one thing we learn from everybody else. Of course, what happens to me may not happen to you, but if it does or something similar happens, you can go, oh yeah, she did that, made a mess. So now I know how not to do that. All right, get that lined up. That's the hardest thing, getting these lined up perfectly. Now I'll just clean up this glue. All right. See, and I want that word baby like that. All right, so now I'm going to take my little hanger here, and I want to make it a silver hanger. So I'm just going to use a silver gel pen. If I would have had a scrap of silver cardstock, I could have just cut it out from that. But I'm trying to use up my white scraps because I really do have a ton of them. And this also shows you that if you don't have the money to buy different colors of paper and you have pens and inks, you don't have to buy it. You can color that yourself. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. But do use what you have. All right. So now I've got a nice little silver. And I'm just going to take plain old Scotch tape and just a little tiny piece. And I'm just going to cut that in half. Get the hanger where I want it. And just attach the hanger with that. All right, now these I'm going to glue together, but I do want to pop these up. And I'm just going to use some, let's see, I've got one large foam dot left and then some smaller ones. So I'm just going to put some around. Here. And that is going to go kind of here. And this I also want to pop up, but not too far. So I'm just going to use some flat foam tape. This is maybe 1/8 of an inch tall. So it'll give just a little bit of lift, but not a lot. And then I'm just going to cut some small pieces to put on the arms. And then one little piece at the bottom where the snaps go. Well, put the onesie here. And I'm going to hang it over the edge of the circle. And then this baby, I want to glue down flat. It's already got 3 layers on it. So I don't need to raise that up any further. You could, if you wanted to higher, just cut out 5 or 6 and glue them all together after you color it. right there. And we're going to put the welcome. Where do I want to put welcome? Oh, I think I want to have it hanging off here. So I'm going to need a little one of those and then just a little bit of glue. Maybe like that. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit of detailing on this. I'm going to use that same silver gel pen, and I'm going to come in and add some snaps to the onesie. Just because I think it needs a little something. I'm going to try and get them round. Now to add some rhinestones, and I've got some pink and some green that are already colored. These are the ones I got for Christmas last year, and these are already little dots, so I'm just going to place some. Now that makes it look like a smile. I don't want to do that. I'll put a pink down here. Okay, so that's my card for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned a little lesson with the ink blending on that, because I know I did. I'll try to remember that myself. But thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll catch you later.